Hey everyone, Shane here with etrailer.com. Today I have a 2024 Volvo XC40. I'm going to walk through how to install Curt's 4-pole wiring harness. Adding a wiring harness like this is going to give you your normal functions for pulling a trailer, both turn signals, running lights, brake lights. It's going to stay inside your vehicle, so when you're not using it, you can tuck it down under your panel next to your spare tire when you're using it. Simply pull it out, run it over the rubber threshold, stay away from where your latch is for your tailgate or for your hatch, and it gives you plenty of length. Now there are two other options for wiring. One of the other ones is going to be the Tekonsha wiring, well-known wiring, holds up really well, and the other one is going to be stealth wiring. Now stealth wiring goes along with their Hitch. Stealth Hitch has a removable cross tube or removable receiver, so when you're not using it, you can't see anything because the cross tube is behind the fascia. When you get their tow package, it comes with wiring. Keep in mind that wiring is hardwired, where this wiring and the Tekonsha wiring is plug and play. So you simply take a couple panels out from the inside, pull the plug off the back of the tail light, you plug the connectors in on each side, run your wire up to the battery, and you're pretty much ready to go. As far as the installation process, pretty simple and straightforward. The instructions that come with this harness kind of want you to do it a different way. I'm going to show you an easier way to do it than what the instructions explain to you. It's much quicker, it's much cleaner, and you don't have to remove pretty much any panel at all. If installing this, you may not have time or the space to do it. You can always check our dealer locator to find someone close to you that is able to get it installed for you. Other than that, follow along with me. I'll walk you through how to get it done. Start your installation. You're going to remove your floor coverings. We're going to come over to the driver's side. This little panel here, we're going to pop this out. It's going to give us access to the plug on the back of our light. We're going to do that same thing on the passenger side. We're going to take this white ground wire that's attached to the red, brown, and yellow, and we're going to peel it like this. All we're going to do is separate it. Now what we're going to do is we need to take this end, we need to get it fed up back behind there into that plug. The easiest way to get that plug up back behind there is to peel off this rubber seal. Take this panel and pull it out, and it gives you plenty of access to feed that wiring right down here and reach down and grab it. Once you get it pulled up, route it over to the opening where you pulled off that cover. We're going to reach back in there and disconnect our plug from our tail light. Simply going to push down on this little tab on one side. We're going to take our T connector. We're going to plug one in to the wire we just unplugged from our light. The other one's going to go back into the light. We're going to take our two-sided sticky tape. Stick it onto our converter box. We're going to flip it over. We're going to mount it right here. We're going to take our ground wire. You can ground it anywhere on this metal surface here. I'm going to go right in here. The only reason why I'm picking back in here rather than out there, so it's tucked as far back in here as I can get it. That way if they have to get back in here for anything, it's not going to get damaged. I'll take my self-tapper. Make my hole first. Take my ground wire with the ring terminal on it. that. We can take our extra wire that we got here and we'll tuck it up back behind this panel. We're going to take our butt connector, comes in our kit, the black wire, it's coming off your converter box. You're going to add it onto the end. Crimp it on. You're going to take this big bundle of black wire, and one end you're going to strip back and add it to that butt connector. Right behind where we placed our box there was a rubber grommet. Go ahead and pull that off, and about right here, down in that frame rail, there's another hole that leads to the outside of the car. As I mentioned before, the green wire goes to the passenger side. You're going to route it over and do the same thing you did on the driver's side. To hide your green wire, it's really up to you. You can lay it down by your tire. What I chose to do is there's a couple of screws here, 5/16 socket. You can loosen those, slide the wire up above those to keep it up, and then tighten those back down. That'll keep your wire secured behind your threshold. For the rubber grommet, where your black wire is going down to the bottom of the car, just cut a little slit in it. We'll go ahead and reinstall that and slide that wire right into the slit of that grommet. Next, we need to route our black wire up to the front of the vehicle and up in the engine compartment next to our battery. Let me get it done real quick and I'll show you how I did it. From our hole here where our wiring came out, went right over top of the axle to this access hole right here on the side, right above this plastic panel. Once you get here, you can tuck it right down inside of here. 10mm socket. You remove that bolt or that nut, that one, and you have one up there. Pull this panel down, and you can take your wire and tuck it up in there. Put those back in. It's going to come out right here at the front. I took a pull wire. I fed it down from my battery down right over to this side against the firewall. Taped my wire to that pull wire, and now I can go up top and I can pull my wire up. Now with our wire pulled all the way up, I'm going to zip tie it right here to this hose. I'll just hold it up tight so it doesn't fall back down towards the bottom of the car. Lift up our battery cover here. And I think what I'm going to do is this screw right here, it's not designed to come all the way off. We're just going to loosen it. We're going to split the ring terminal that we're going to be installing here shortly, and we'll slide it right over the top. So we'll take a 10mm socket, go ahead and loosen that. You're going to take the fuse holder, comes in the kit. The ends are going to be pre-stripped. Slide on the butt connector on one end. On the other end, you're going to put on the ring terminal. So now we're going to determine how much space we're going to need here, or how much wire. I'm going to cut this about right here. We're going to strip back the end. Our fuse holder with the butt connector. We're going to add it onto that wire. Crimp it down. A ring terminal, as I mentioned, we're going to split it. Make sure the fuse is not in the fuse holder. We'll take it, slide it behind that nut, can tighten that nut back down. You may have to squeeze those two ends together. Maybe take a pair of needle nose. You can tighten the nut back down. Install the fuse. And then we can test it out. I will test out our wiring using the I-26. Brake lights, running lights, left turn, right turn. Once you've tested it out, you know it's working correctly. Add your dust cover on the end of your 4-pole, tuck it down inside your trunk area, reinstall your floor coverings, you're ready to go. It's going to do it for a look at installation on Curt's 4-pole wiring harness on a 2024 Volvo XC40.